So, today is day 4. Excuse the way that I look. It's really bright out, so that's why I've got the sunglasses on. But let's see here. Yes, day 4. All right. So, day 3 did not go as planned, but it's okay. I'm jumping back on the wagon. Yesterday, I did have, a whole salad for lunch. I literally had, a complete bag of salad. It was good, though. So, I have, a low-fat, ranch that I use. I also have, reduced fat cheese. Usually I use mozzarella because I don't have any cheddar right now. And then I also put bacon bits in just to spice it up a little. I also really like croutons. I either have to have chicken or croutons in my salad in order to eat it. I can't have it without. At this point, though, because I will tell you, nutrition and eating healthy is a journey, and you get better at it as you go. So if you, for example, need ranch with your carrots, there's the reduced fat ranch. But if your taste buds just don't like the reduced fat ranch and you want the full fat ranch, that's fine. You cut down on it as much as you can, but eventually you should be able to cut it out, because I used to only be able to eat celery with peanut butter and only used to be able to eat carrots with full fat ranch. And that was okay with me because I was eating my vegetables. Basically, you want to, get the full benefit of your vegetables and not have anything else that, is bad for you, with it, obviously. But if that's the way that you need to eat it, then that's fine. Sorry. Then that's fine, because the thing is, you want the vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals from the fruits and vegetables. So however you need to eat it. I'm not saying go out and make it the most unhealthy thing, but also don't feel bad if you're just not at a point where you can eat a full-on kale salad without any dressing. You know what I mean? You do you, and just make sure that you're really trying your best. Okay, so anyways, like I said, yesterday did not go completely as planned. Last night, I just had I had a very busy day. I wanted to work out, but it did not work out again. So I didn't work out, and after a long day, I was really hungry. I was like, Derek, I just want some pizza. So you know what? We had some pizza for dinner last night, even though I'm on a diet, but that's okay. Whenever you mess up, you don't give up. If one of your car tires is slashed, you don't go ahead and slash the other 3. You fix that one tire. So for me, stress eating, or just after a long day, just eating whatever I'm craving, that is one of my problems that I have to work on. So I'm going to be working on that. And so today, me and Derek were planning on going on a date night tonight, but I'm either planning on getting chicken or maybe a salad. So even though we're going out, I'm gonna make it healthy, especially since last night I was not healthy. So today I'm going to get back on the wagon with counting calories. That's another thing. Yesterday I did not count calories. The day before I did, but yesterday I didn't. So yesterday just did not go according to plan. But today, I'm going to count calories and have a healthy dinner out. So the topic for and I don't really have the time to work out today. I might try to squeeze in some push-ups or some body weight work, because I'm not dressed in workout clothes today. I don't work today, and usually when I don't work, I try to dress a little cute, a little fall outfit type thing. I don't know, I'm wearing it a fuzzy cardigan and stuff. Anyways, so I'm not going to work out specifically today, but like I said, if I can do some sit-ups, push-ups, body weight work that doesn't require any equipment, I have a t-shirt underneath, like not a t-shirt, but like a v-neck short sleeve shirt underneath of this. So I'll take off my cardigan and probably like just do some like little body weight work if I can squeeze it in. I do have a very busy day today, but if I can squeeze it in, like I said, I'm going to do some body weight work. And I'll let you guys know how that goes. But other than that, today, like I'm not planning on like really like working out. So that is my today. So today's topic though. So Angelica, you're beautiful. She said that she wanted to like some suggestions on like different types of like diet like foods and stuff, and I don't have the exact topic with me because I'm driving, so I can't exactly look at it, but I know she did note like low carb kind of diets. I am a fan of low carb. I'm not a fan of keto, and I'll tell you why. So you want to do a type of lifestyle, like whenever you go on like a diet, which I call it a diet because like for me, I have to be strict on myself in order to get into those habits that I will turn into lifestyle changes. Like the stuff that I'm doing right now, it will eventually be a lifestyle change. Right now it feels more of like a diet because I have to be a little more strict on myself than I have been. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it really should be a lifestyle change. Diet means temporary, whereas lifestyle change is, it's literally a lifestyle change. You don't want to gain that weight back after you lose it. Or, you know, if you're not even trying to lose weight, but you're trying to be healthy, you don't want to make changes just to go back on them. So that's what I mean by lifestyle change. So when it comes to other types of like dieting, like low carb, keto, that kind of thing, you have to think like, can I sustain this in the long term? Because keto is very specific. You have to be under a certain amount of carbs, and it's a very, very low amount of carbs. And if you're not under that certain amount of carbs, you get kicked out of keto. Like it's like ketosis, because ketoacidosis is bad, but it's ketosis. You get kicked out. So that's why I'm not a fan of like keto, because it, like if you want to do that in the very long run and it works for you, like that's cool. But for a lot of people, when they do like keto or, you know, change their diet up, a lot of times it's temporary. So very low carb though, or even just low carb, cutting back on carbs, I am a big fan of that, because unless you're something like a runner, runners do need more carbs. And also when you work out, I'm not talking about walking, I'm talking about like working out, you need carbs, because when you're like just sitting here, like I'm sitting here, I'm driving, you know, my heart rate is not elevated. Oh gosh. So sorry. Okay, so my heart rate is not elevated. So right now my body is burning fat for energy. But whenever my heart rate gets elevated, I burn carbs. So like if I'm not planning on working out today, my heart rate is not going to be elevated. I'm not going to be burning carbs. I'm going to be burning fat. So like, why would I need to eat like a lot of carbs? Like I don't. So that's why a lot of people will go on like a low carb diet or just cut back on carbs. I would encourage you, like if you don't work out like regularly, and I mean like heart rate elevated, work out regularly, I would recommend to cut back on carbs if you feel like you might be eating too many carbs, because a lot of things are carbs. Foods will either be in like one of three categories. There is fat, protein, or carbs. So you have to ask yourself, like, is this a fat, is this a protein, or is this a carb? A lot of times, like, yeah, it can be more than one category, but it'll be primarily one category. So like whole wheat pasta, it has carbs, but it also has a little bit of protein. So but it doesn't have fat. Something like an avocado will have fat. It might have protein, and like a little bit of carbs. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but it's primarily fat. So if you think about the foods that you're eating, something like bread, something like fruits, you know, all those things like are usually carbs. Well, they're carbs. So if you're eating too many carbs, your body doesn't know what to do with it. You're not like, you know, you're not using it, so then it stores it. So that's why I'm saying if you're not using those carbs, I would recommend to cut back on those. So that being said, if you do plan on being like either low carb or like very low carb or keto, some kind of like recipes you can do are really like, I mainly like challenge you to kind of think about what the food is. So if you're looking on being low carb, then you're stuck with the other two categories. So protein or fat. So there are healthy fats, nuts and seeds, avocados, and healthy oils. Those are the three that come to my head off the top. Also fish. Fish are very good for you because omega-3s, well, the healthy fish like salmon, because it has omega-3s and omega-6s, which is a really healthy type of fat that is not found in every fat product. And it's really good for like brain development. Like I said, just it's pretty good for you, but it's not very common. So that's why things like fish are good for you. The healthy types of fish with the omega-3s in them. So that's what you can look for if you're at the store. If it says omega-3s or omega-6, that is something that is good for you. So, basically, if you are trying to be like low carb, very low carb, or keto, you have to think about the high fat products and high protein products. So things like chicken, turkey, even beef. I think it's like a stereotype that you can't eat like cheeseburgers like if you're on a diet, but like honestly, if you use like 93% lean beef with a lettuce wrap and you pile it on with veggies, reduced fat cheese, like one slice of cheese, but like reduced fat, like that is still healthy. You're getting like a lot of vitamins, and beef has like, it's a good source of lean protein if you have the 93% lean, and it also has creatine, which is good for muscle growth. So that's just something to consider, like that you don't have to rule out specific foods just because you're like trying to be healthy. Like you have to kind of decide for yourself whether it is healthy or not. I can do another video on specifically like looking at a nutrition facts label and deciding whether something is healthy or unhealthy, deciding that for yourself. I'll do another video on that. One that like I can't be driving while I'm doing it though, because I have to show you a nutrition facts label. So sorry that my phone keeps dropping. The other angle is just like not flat around me, even though it stays better. So we'll figure it out. All right, it's a learning process. So basically, if you're trying to be like low carb, you pick the high protein foods like lean meats, or the high fats foods like healthy, like avocados, oils like extra virgin olive oil. I think canola oil is good. I would say go on choosemyplate.gov, which is the government's nutrition website. They have an actual list of the different oils, so that you can see like, oh well, there's so many. That's why I'm saying like it's kind of hard to tell which ones are good and which ones aren't, because there's so many. And of course, like shortening and like vegetable oil, like a lot of people know that those are bad for you, but there's things like safflower oil, there's things like palm oil, extra virgin olive oil, like, you know, regular olive oil, like it's a lot of different oils. So I would say go on there, find that list of different, or you can, if there's probably like a search bar, or if anybody's interested, I can find it for you. And if you're trying to be like low carb, you have to supplement it with like, you know, these other types of foods. And figure out which oil is going to be healthiest for you to use. So that being said, like, you can use the oil with like a stir fry. There's cauliflower rice, which is obviously cauliflower base. Put some extra virgin olive oil or, healthy oil of your choosing in there, and then load it up with vegetables, and there you go. You've got a low carb, healthy meal. I would say add some chicken in there, or, even shrimp. Shrimp is a low fat, high protein, low calorie, and it's got like no carbs. It's like 1 gram of carb, I think. So I really like shrimp, and that's one thing that you don't have to feel guilty about as long as it's not breaded. You do have to be careful with like your seafood consumption, I think because of like mercury. I'm not sure where shrimp falls on that mercury level. There's some that are higher in mercury, like risks, than others. I know swordfish is like super high. So, you just have to be careful, with seafood. But like shrimp though, you don't have to feel bad about eating shrimp. Like, as long as it's not breaded, soaked in butter, like whatever. Like, if you cook it at home from frozen, and then you're fine. So I would say like maybe like a cauliflower rice kind of stir fry, or like spaghetti squash is one of my personal favorites. You spiralize green squash, like zucchini, and put some pasta sauce with it, which does have some carbs because of the sugar. Tomatoes have sugar, like it's like natural sugars, but look for the kind that don't have any added sugars. That'll keep it like relatively lower carbs. And just to let you know, like cauliflower rice and zucchini do have carbs, because any fruit or vegetable is going to be carbs, but they're just lower in carbs than like say like rice or like actual spaghetti. So you take the spaghetti squash and put some pasta sauce with it, and I cook it with some extra virgin olive oil because, like I said, like it's a healthy fat, so I don't feel bad about adding just a little bit in order to get it, like it doesn't even really add flavor to the spaghetti squash. It does with the cauliflower rice. You can't really tell with the spaghetti squash, but it helps like it cook, I feel like. I'm not a very good cook. I'm very basic, but I just add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And then after you've got that, you can either do turkey meatballs, which I do have a recipe for, which is mainly like healthy. It's a lean meat, turkey meatballs, or vegetarian meatballs, which are actually pretty good. I like Gardein. So Gardein meatballs with the spaghetti squash, and then you load it up with veggies. I'm telling you, this meal, it tastes so good with added vegetables. You can put carrots in there, onions, green peppers, red peppers. I've literally just like looked at all of the different kind of like frozen vegetables I have in my freezer and been like, let's add all of them. Like, I'm so serious. Like, it tastes really good, but I'm telling you, you need the carrots. It tastes so good. Like the spaghetti squash with like the carrots, because it's a little bit sweet. It is good. I'm telling you. Anyways, so those are my two like simple kind of like recipes that you can start out on trying if you're trying to be low carb, very low carb. There's always like those low carb breads and stuff like that. Doing like a lettuce wrap instead of bread for like burgers. And doing something like a taco salad instead of regular tacos. Lean meat with reduced fat cheese. Light sour cream if you need sour cream. If you don't need it, skip it. But I know some people like that, just it's not a taco without it. So like light sour cream if you need it. That would still be like pretty low carb. Yeah, that meal right there with lean beef, 93% lean beef, reduced fat cheese, and light sour cream. Pile it up with lettuce. That is very low carb. So those are just some of the ideas that I have for low carb. I can look back on your suggestion, Angelica, because I'm not exactly sure like what else you mentioned, but that is one of them, and I will do plenty more videos. So that has been today's TED Talk. Thank you for coming, and yeah, have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.